Hey everybody, how you doing? It's New York Dan here. Yeah, check this out. This is a Rolls Royce. It's not an imitation one. This is the real deal. Look how big that puppy is. Yeah, you know what they're saying? There's winter icy conditions expected. I'm going to show you the sign here. And then, if we're lucky, I'm going to put my phone in the holder and we're going to film going over the Verrazano. But check this out. I don't know if it's coming out on the phone, but it says icy conditions, avoid travel, winter weather expected today. Yeah, I got to get the hell out of here and get back down south. Get down, if I drive down, what is it, I-95, it should warm up where it's just rain. I've been checking the forecast. Yup. Elvis has left the building. I got my girl, Leslie, holding down the fort. She's staying at my place, taking care of the birds for me, which was real nice of her. And it'll be good. It'll be good. She can't get enough days off. That's the problem for doing this kind of travel. Yeah, I'm going to do a cruise with her later on in the year. She has to get more vacation days lined up. This is strictly business, guys. We're doing content. It's all about the content. So let's see. Let's hope it goes well. And the next shot, we'll try to do Verrazzano if possible. Well, guys, we are right by Kennedy Airport. We are on the Bell Parkway. There's actually a plane up there, a smaller jet, coming down real low. It's probably not going to be easy to see it, but I suspect a giant plane will be flying by. Mileage check. My GPS is saying 945 miles to get to the Jacksonville Cruise Terminal. Jax, they call it. And that is in FLA, Florida. Yeah, these small bridges were built by Robert Moses. And he built these on purpose so city buses could not come out to Long Island to bring people to the beach. His world-renowned Jones Beach. Pretty crazy stuff, guys. You'll see how low this tunnel is. You see it? I mean, SUVs can get under it. You probably could fit a smaller bus. Oh, there's the plane right now. Check that out. I told you there was planes around here. That guy's coming in for a landing. Look at these things. Wow. There's some tunnelage. Yeah, I got me this thing that's like a Jeep. I'll go over it later. I didn't expect this. I was going to rent a Camry. I did not expect it. The guy said you got an upgrade. There's some little houses here. Yeah, he's like, I'm going to upgrade you. We had to wait for him to get back to the rental place for a little bit. Not long, not too long. That was nice of him to do. There's a New York City official cab in front of me. It's not an Uber. Hopefully, we can make it out of here before this winter weather gets bad. I've been checking the forecast and they say once I get like a little bit to South Jersey, Delaware, it's supposed to be all rain down there. Make it out the island. Yeah, that's definitely a New York City. New York City cab, guys. Official. It's official. This is one of the worst roads, too. It's called the Bell Parkway. I've shown parts of it from my cruise ship when I've been on cruises out of New York. Yeah, it snakes around. It goes to the Verrazano Bridge, and it's a tough one. Here's JFK long-term parking. We're getting to the airport. Sometimes you'll see a bunch of cars pulled over on the side of the road here. And what they're doing, they're waiting to go into the airport to pick people up. This street also, it's very narrow, the Bell Parkway. It's not, I think it was built so long ago, they made everything smaller. So it makes it that much harder to drive on, and there's not really much of a shoulder. If Sarasota had anxiety going through Houston, Texas, you can imagine what he'd be doing up here. Look at this, it gets even narrower there. And then you get some trucks next to you, forget it. Once you get to the in Staten Island and stuff, you're going over those bridges, there's trucks, 18-wheelers. Bell Parkway West, Verrazano Bridge, Kennedy Airport by JFK Expressway. We're in the belly of the beast. Yeah, I suspect they're... Oh, you see these guys? This is probably the cars I was talking about. They pull over there and they wait for a certain time to pull into the airport, because once you're in the airport, they'll yell at you. They get real mean if you're like in the loading zone waiting for people, or the drop-off zone. Yeah, it's strict, guys. This is no day in the park. It's no country airport. This is tough, guys. Look at this. There's a Days Inn. That looks somewhat newer. Yeah, if you stay by the airport. And look, there's these bumps. I was hoping the weather advisory would keep the traffic to a minimum today. I don't know what's going on here. But this it might be to do with the airport. That says right there, JFK International Airport, passenger terminals, 2.5 miles ahead. And then this sign here says Van Wyck Expressway, Whitestone Bridge, 1/4 mile. That's just the expressway to get over to the Whitestone Bridge. Believe that goes over to Jersey. But that's going north. We want to go south. My GPS is crazy. It wanted me to go along the North Shore, take the Throgs Neck Bridge, which is practically going up by like Connecticut, and then meander over to the Garden State Parkway, or I-95 actually. I think the Garden State Parkway is separate. That goes to Atlantic City. But it's like, yeah, go all the way up north like that, then meander over to the Garden State or the I-95, and then drive all the way back south. Instead, I go down to the South Shore of Long Island, go on this Bell Parkway. You got to drive over Staten Island, though. That's the only catch. And that can be like, there's two bridges, the Verrazano and Outer Bridge crossing. I believe, though, even if you go that northern route, there's two bridges. You have to go Throgs Neck, and then I think you have to... I might be wrong about that. You might have to do a second bridge. Maybe not. Maybe they're trying to save tolls, but it's not worth it. Yeah, as you can see, this is what you deal with Long Island traffic. And it's not rush hour. There's no reason the traffic would be bad here, other than we're by the airport. Hopefully it moves along. Look at this. This is a work zone here. It's a 40 mile per hour. There's no work going on, though, I don't think. So, guys, I'll tell you what. I'll try to put you guys up in the holder when we get to that Verrazano, and you can see the bridge. So, guys, guess what? You can see right in front of me one of them cyborgs. The cyborg truck. It's part human, part machine. Called a cyborg. Stainless steel finish. Some of the people, I see them, they put a wrap on those trucks. They don't like just having it silver. They want to wrap it. The cyborg. I don't know. It's a weird machine. I don't want the guy seeing me filming him. It's gonna be like, what are you doing? You've never seen a weird trapezoid-shaped thing going down the road before with a light that goes right across the, whoop, I'm blocking the view. You can see it right across the front. It has a string of Christmas lights. A trapezoidal machine cruising along the highway. It does look very weird, guys. I gotta tell you that when you see one driving, looks like a space buggy, some kind of alien machine. Here's one of the regular Teslas right here. I'll tell you what though, I would have anxiety driving one of those like mad doing this trip. There's no way I want to worry about trying to find a charger. Every time I stop, guys, I don't let this thing, I'm not going to let it get below half a tank. I get nervous when it gets down to half a tank. I want to make sure that I have plenty of fuel, plenty of reserve. I don't want to be in a situation. The Tesla, I'm going to tell you the problem. If you're in an electric car, if you get caught in snow or something, just to run the heat, yeah, and believe it or not, that thing's electric powered. I don't know if I mentioned that, the Cybertruck. It's hard to believe. But the problem is, if you get caught, if you have to run the heat in your car to keep warm, that drains the battery right down. That's the problem. It limits the range. The more you need AC heat, you gotta run the, look at that, some kind of water under there. We're getting in the marshlands here. This used to all be marshlands, Long Island. There's a goose flying up there. It used to all be nature. You can see that. But yeah, back to what I was saying. Sorry to go off the rails on the crazy train, right? Look at that. Yeah, the problem is your range goes down as you're sitting around if you get stuck. And then your battery, if that runs out before you can get to the charge point, and then once you get there, it's not going to charge up right away. People are saying they get to these things called superchargers, and it turns out they plug the car in, and not all of them work. I was watching a guy do a journey on YouTube. He programmed it all out where he'd stop at all the chargers. And the problem is, he plugged it in. He went into Walmart to have lunch and shop for like 2 hours. He came back out 2 hours later and he got skunked. The supercharger kicked down to a slow charge mode for some kind of a problem. It has a cooling system too, a lot of those. And if it can't work the system right, it slows your charge way down. So then he came back out 2 hours later and his car was barely charged. He had to unplug it, move it to another supercharger in the parking lot and try it again. I wouldn't even want to do the trip if I had an electric. Not unless I had plenty of time to play it out. Like, you know, if you're in no rush and you can program it out. Boom. Yeah, welcome to New York. The roads are in, what do they call it? Abysmal condition. Look at this gas station. You have to be like a road warrior to pull off there. This guy's coming on. Oh, crud. Well, maybe not. They do have more of a ramp. They have, that might be a Rivian. No, I think it's a Hyundai. So guys, Bell Parkway, yeah, this is only 50 miles an hour, I think, the speed here. I'll show you guys when we get to Verrazano. As we get closer, the landscape changes, folks. Yeah, it's becoming urban now. There's the tenements, the tighter streets, no, very close to the guardrail, you know, on both sides. There's no pullover lane, guys. You want to drive in New York? Look at this. This is actually, I'm going to be honest with you guys, this is usually the hardest part of the entire trip down to Florida. The toughest drive, the hardest part of it, getting off the island, going over Staten Island. Yup, this is the toughest part of the trip usually. And you can imagine if there's a lot of traffic. We're lucky this is moving along. Wow, these look new. Who knows, that probably is very expensive. They build something brand new, then they sell luxury condos. Well, guys, there it is. That's the Verrazano Bridge in the distance there. That's the famous bridge, Travolta. And it says 1 3/4 miles. Travolta and his friends were hanging out right in that area. They must have lived right around here. Verrazzano Narrows. I don't... Some say they call it the Narrows because the lanes are very narrow and you got 18-wheelers next to you. There's a cargo ship actually going under that bridge right now. A Maersk line. Maersk cargo ship. Going under the bridge. And what I'm going to do is put you guys up in the holder. Yeah, we'll try to, if I can get on the, well, either way, it has 2 levels. There's actually a lower level and an upper one where you may be able to see a little more. All right, guys, I better focus on this. Well, I put you guys up in the holder, and these roads are bumpy. Hopefully it doesn't jerk around too much. We are half a mile away from the famous Verrazano Bridge. This is tricky. Is this it? 1/4 mile, exit 3? I think it is. I think this is it, guys. This is crazy. I'm going to turn the radio down and focus. Verrazano Bridge, exit 3. I got to put my Easy Pass up. Upper level or lower level? Let's try to do the upper. See if the view's any better. What do you guys think? Sarasota would have a fit driving this road, huh? Especially if you have a trailer you're trying to pull and a larger vehicle. I think you have to use the upper if you have a truck. If you have a passenger car, I think it's passenger cars only on the bottom. I don't see too many trucks. I don't know if they can even drive on the parkway I was just on, but there might be another way for them to get on this bridge. Upper level. There it is. There she blows, Captain. This thing is amazing. You imagine this thing? How'd they ever build this? Right? Wow. There's a new Mercedes. That's in the HOV lane. I don't know if that applies right now. If it's only rush hour, I don't know. I'll just stay in here. Verrazano. Some say it's inspirational to drive over a bridge. Others say it's hard or it's anxiety causing. One of my friends, he doesn't like to drive over bridges. He likes going to Atlantic City, so I have to drive it. A lot of people have trouble. Well, this is the hardest driving you can do right here. And today's pretty easy. There's traffic is pretty light today. But you see, look, there's all kinds of stuff. This is the easy pass. It reads your toll. Put my easy pass up here. Great. I'm just going to have the easy pass here. Or something like this. Now, my GPS is saying go straight. We want 278 West Staten Island Expressway. This is hard driving, this part of it. You guys ever see Staten Island before? There used to be massive garbage dumps here that were active, and for whatever reason, it had a really bad smell. And somehow they've cleaned it up. You don't usually smell that nowadays. Maybe they did a vent system. All of New York City's garbage, I believe, went here for many years to massive landfills on Staten Island. Yeah, you remember that diaper that you threw out from 1969? Or maybe you used a paper towel back in 1969 if you lived in New York City. It's probably buried in the landfill over here. And nowadays, I'm not sure if they take the garbage somewhere else. Yeah, people are driving. They're getting crazy because you got slow cars right here and then other people are speeding around. The only problem is it's a 50-mile-per-hour speed limit here. But these guys in front of me, I got to do... 4 miles, I stick on here. Oh, that's an HOV, that's why. 3 or more people. Have you heard... A lot of times HOVs are 2 people. You can go in them. This one's really strict, 3 or more. That's why I can't be in that lane. There's one of those Honda Accords right there. We just passed. It's kind of a weird looking car. It's kind of like squished down at the back. Like it's kind of dumb the way they do that because the trunk is probably real small. It squishes down in the back. Staten Island, folks. There used to be this lady on one of those things, Saturday Night Live or something, and they called her name was Linda Richmond. And she was, I think because there's some kind of Richmond Parkway or it's a part of Staten Island, they called her Linda Richmond. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. My phone is being shaken up like Bond's Martini. Wow, you would think they could smooth that. This road is better here. Linda Richmond, she would do a thing called Coffee Talk. Yeah, apparently she had a bad accent from Staten Island when she said coffee. I luckily don't have that because I live way out on Long Island, so my accent is not as bad. You can't barely even detect it. Yeah, I think this was back in like the 1980s or something. They did this Coffee Talk. I don't even know if they have her. They probably don't even have that on there anymore. I haven't watched that in many a year. I used to watch Tonight Show with Jay Leno. You guys, I'm a fan of Jay Leno. Believe it or not, I never watched the show again after he left. I stopped watching it. I just didn't find the modern day guys that funny. Their jokes or whatever, I don't know, it's kind of dry. The shows, I used to stay up to hear Jay's monologue, you know. Now, let's see. I think we're doing Gothel's Bridge, it's called. 278. It's in 1.5 miles. And folks, you do not know how happy I'm going to be once I get on the I-95 and I am officially heading south, straight south. Oh, look at that Charger. That is sweet. Sweet. I would pick that exact same car out too with the white paint, and it's got like the black accessories on it. Yeah, that's a good color scheme right there. That's like Tim's truck. He's got that scheme going. But that Charger is sweet. I don't even think you can buy them now anymore. You can only buy them used. And what's going to happen is, you know the deal, if you can't get it new, they only have an electric one. What's going to happen is the people selling those used are going to be asking top dollar, because you won't be able to buy that kind of muscle car anymore. And that thing was like, you know, really good high-tech muscle car. Yeah, I guess we'll do Gothels. You got two choices here, folks. One time a guy said this to me. We were at a park and he's kind of a bully. He wanted the parking spot. It's like, you guys, the way I see it, you guys got two choices. You can either do this the easy way or the hard way. So yeah, you got two choices: Outer Bridge Crossing or Gothel's Bridge. And the GPS, I guess they're saying do Gothel's Bridge. Oh yeah, it's called New Jersey Turnpike. I keep getting those confused between Garden State Parkway. That goes to AC, Garden State Parkway. It went to Cape May, New Jersey, the beach area. It goes to Jersey Shore. If you guys ever saw on MTV, that show, Jersey Shore, yep, with Snooki. That's where that goes. And apparently, Snooki came to my neck of the woods, right in my town, on Long Island, Huntington. She's opened up some kind of a store there. I haven't looked at it yet. I haven't seen it. My girlfriend knows about it, or she heard about it. So, yeah, this is probably a quicker bridge. Maybe it's more direct to the Jersey Turnpike. Exit 3A, that's what we want. 3A, New Jersey Turnpike, south, baby, south. Look at this bridge. It's like all modernistic. It's got fancy cables. Yeah, there's the cement mixer. That thing probably weighs a ton. Keep back. 3A, New Jersey Turnpike, exit only. Yes, we want that. We want this lane. This is the trickiest part of my whole trip, guys. We're snaking around here. It's a whole bunch of steam there running something. Okay, here we go. Guess we'll go in here, easy pass only. Now I see the sign I-95 North. We definitely don't want that crap. Okay. We gotta get over. Wow, and guys, it is, if you had a lot of traffic, this would suck. This is a ridiculous turn to make. Okay, cars only. How about we go there? I didn't realize how fast this was. Right after Verrazano, right after that Goethals Bridge, that's what it's called. It's right, not much of a drive to get over to the New Jersey Turnpike, hopefully. And guys, what you just saw is an amazing, this is like ideal. It don't get any better than that as far as the traffic goes. This could be all backed up, you know, and take forever to get to do the drive that I just did over Verrazzano, over Staten Island, the whole bit. We did that in lickety-split record time. Now, they do have really good service areas along here. Thomas Edison, they're named after famous people. I'm going to keep driving, though. I have almost a full tank of fuel. Now we have 912 miles to go. And what I want to do is put the pedal to the metal, figuratively speaking, because the further south we get, the less likely it will be snow. Does this have a temp gauge? Yeah, it's saying 38 degrees out right now. Now, hopefully that will warm up as we go south. Yeah, I usually like to stop at these Jersey rest areas and get me something good to eat and the whole bit. They do have they have a nice rest stop in Delaware at the Visitor Center. When we enter into Delaware, which is at the end of New Jersey heading south, I just got to keep cruising because we don't know when it's going to start snowing. And all I know is the further south we get, it's supposed to just be rain once we get down south. Look at those storage tanks. Citgo. Linden Terminal. Wasn't this where the Hindenburg was docking? Linden, New Jersey, if I'm not mistaken. Linden, New Jersey. Yeah, here's Thomas Edison service area. They got you the Chick-fil-A, the Pret Menger. They have like little sandwiches. Auntie Anne's. BK, your classic. Starbucks. Sunoco. we'll do some price checks on the gas. Yeah, the problem with these rest stops, I'm going to tell you something crazy. The Starbucks closes up pretty early. I've been at them at night. You want a cup of coffee if you're driving at night? They close that up, unfortunately. Maybe you can get a BK, Burger King coffee. Like my friend Eric, though, he says he doesn't like coffee from a lot of, if it's not gourmet. He's like, Dan, that's dishwater. That stuff is dishwater. I'm not going to drink it. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to keep driving. I'm going to venture on here. We're headed south as far as I know. Yup, 908 miles to go. And the whole problem is that icy weather, the snowstorm. You know, if there's like stormy weather, at least if it's rain, it's not as big of a deal. It's a lot of wind noise in this car compared to my Mercedes 300. It might be very windy out too. That could be part of it. It's not bad though. Not too bad. Okay, here's your price check. $3.11, $3.11.9 for Sunoco regular. I think it says diesel's like $3.99, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. I gotta see that again. But yeah, I don't think it's prudent to stop yet. I think it's prudent to venture to keep cruising. Speed limit's higher here, 65. Yup, here it is, south. New Jersey Turnpike, Trenton. And that goes off to the Garden State Parkway over there. Well, guys, what do you think? I put on some satellite, some Sirius radio, right? And we cruise down Jersey. See when we get to Delaware. I'll do a bit of an update. Yeah, I'm under the gun, guys. I'm under extreme pressure. I'm lucky to be even able to make this video. Oh, wow, here's a Mustang. It's got racing stripes. It's coming up. It's coming up, guys. That's a nice color scheme right there. Look at that puppy. He's cruising. Mustang. I think they still make those. So if you want a car, I don't think they make Camaro anymore. I don't think they make Charger. I think you're stuck with a Mustang. That's your only option now if you want something brand new. All right, guys, I'll tell you what. Time for I will put you in the next clip. We're by Edison, New Jersey. This is New York Dan. Over and out. Over and out, Smokey. Keep your eyes out. Keep your ears peeled. I got the CB radio on. Yeah, I'll see you guys in a second, because for you guys it will be 1 second.